Night City is full of interesting people. Famous fixers like Rogue, Mr. Hands, and Padre are worth their weight in gold. Legends like Adam Smasher, David Martinez, and V have all walked these streets. There are so many famous and legendary people in this city, and yet none of them is as mysterious as the Zen Master. In today's video, we will go through the history of the Zen Master and the history of the number 4 mystery. Then we will talk about the solution and how the Zen Master basically solved this mystery for us in-game. Before we begin, I need to be honest with you guys. Even though I did do my own research and found a solid solution for this video, when I went back to see if anyone had found something similar, I did find a post on Reddit that did basically what I did. I will add it to the description of this video, and I encourage you to read it if you have some time. It's very good. A user named Udosari created it. So big shout out to Reddit user Udosari for the amazing work. With that disclaimer out of the way, make sure you're comfortable, grab something to eat or drink, and let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Number 4 Mystery. After finishing Act 1 of Cyberpunk 2077, the number 4 appears in front of V with regular intervals. We see it painted on walls, marked on roads, and even lit up on buildings. But that's not all. The number 4 appears in other subtle ways too. For instance, it strangely appears in how many quests certain mysterious characters give you, for example the Zen Master. Or Claire Russell. After we kidnap Hanako from the parade, Takemura asks us to knock 4 times, and just a little FYI, there are weird things going on at this parade. I encourage you to save so you don't lose progress and jump onto the floats that are passing by. You will see some very interesting things, a little tip from one chum to another. Anyways, back to the mystery. Many players also noticed the number 4 on the puzzling FF06B5 statues. Once you become aware of this recurring number, it's nearly impossible to miss it. It starts to feel like the game is purposely guiding your attention, leaving you wondering, why the number 4? What's so special about it? And more importantly, why does CDPR want us to see this when we are playing the game? And also, why show us this continuously? Why not just once or twice? This persistent mystery has sparked numerous fan theories and discussions. Players have speculated about hidden meanings, potential Easter eggs, and connections to deeper lore within Night City. The number 4 seems to hint at something significant beneath the surface of Cyberpunk 2077. At first, my original thought process was to lean into Asian culture. Because the number sounds like the word for death, I first thought that this was CDPR reminding us that V is going to die. But now that I know the solution to the mystery, I see how redundant that would be. Why would CDPR add the number 4 to remind us of death when V talks about it constantly? Literally, most of V's actions after Act 1 are about the impending death and how to find a solution. It feels redundant for CDPR to then taunt us with the number 4 as a reminder of our death. Fortunately, there is an answer to the mystery of the number 4, and we're going to explore it fully later in this video. Another friendly reminder, I always welcome constructive criticism, so if you find something strange about my thinking or the solution that is presented in this video, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But first, let's shift our attention to another intriguing detail, the Zen Master. Night City's Corpo Plaza is a canyon of metal and glass. The noise level is high as people go about their days, trying to get by as best they can. In a rare pocket of calm called Reconciliation Park, V first encounters an old monk on a bench. The monk's eyes are hidden behind sunglasses, but there is no doubt that he can see us. Even caged in a concrete jungle, the Zen Master explains, every soul still yearns for nature's bounty. V feels an unexpected calm as the Zen Master offers a meditation BD to calm the mind. Here, among skyscrapers and in the midst of Night City's richest and poorest people, V agrees to join him in meditation on the element of Earth. The Zen Master will either accept exactly $144 or nothing. There's no in-between. Whether we choose to pay or not is irrelevant because he will give us the meditation either way.
This is a meditation of the earth element. Spirit of nature, Mother Earth, I send you greetings. We are of one blood. I am you. You are me. O Mother Earth, I and all other creatures from you created. Cleanse my body and soul from pain, sickness, impurity, and the negative energy from negative people, worlds, and dimensions. Give me the energy of life. Give me health, youth, wisdom, knowledge, strength, joy, happiness, and inner peace. We walk the earth, through meadows, nature in full bloom. We remove our shoes, feel our bare feet touch the soil. We absorb the earth's energy. We sense joy, tranquility, lightness, purity, our heart and soul. We walk the earth. A butterfly rests on blooming flower. Bees are gathering nectar. Warmth and joy surrounds us. Our legs absorb the earth's energy, filling every cell of our bodies. Our souls and spirits are cleansed. We thank you, Mother Earth, with our mind, body, and soul. There is no life without you or the other elements.
Hello?
When the meditation ends, V opens their eyes. The noise of Corpo Plaza returns, but something in V's mind feels quieter. The Zen master is nowhere to be found. He has seemingly disappeared in thin air. Days later, the Zen master appears again, this time in Japantown under the vibrant lights of Westbrook. Amid paper lanterns and the bustle of the market, V finds him beside a small pagoda in a tranquil corner. The monk smiles in recognition when V approaches. He speaks of the next element, water. In a few simple words, he notes that V's journey is far from over. The city's chaos still clings to them, like dirt that must be washed away. V agrees to another meditation BD. There is yet again an option to buy this meditation if we so choose, but the price is different this time around. Now, it costs €233. Choosing to pay or not will not stop the Zen master from guiding us.
This is a meditation of the water element. We are in the forest. Before us is a waterfall. Spirit of water, I send you greetings. 80% of our flesh and blood is made of you. Oh, what a mystery you are, spirit of water. One moment you are liquid, the next you are ice, another you are snow, vapor, and fog. 1 minute you heal, the next you drown. Wash me of sickness, pain, the impurity of my body and soul, the negative energy of negative people, worlds, and dimensions. Give me youth, wisdom, knowledge, health, strength, joy, happiness, and lasting inner peace. We draw the spirit of water into ourselves. Together, we are one body. We are water. We are the ones who flow over the waterfall's edge. We thank you, Spirit of Water, with our mind, body, and soul. There is no life without you. We honor the beauty hidden within you and the other elements.
Just like last time.
When V emerges from the brain dance, the Zen Master is already gone. Just like the first time, the Zen Master is not present for any follow-up questions. The meditation appears to be all you need. No further explanation is provided. V's third encounter with the Zen Master occurs on a sunny day in North Oak, the lush hilltop district of Westbrook. At a roundabout, beneath a towering phoenix statue, the bald monk waits patiently. North Oak's air smells cleaner, the streets quieter. It's apparent that this area is for the rich only. He speaks of fire, the next element. This feels appropriate given the massive phoenix statue next to him. Fire can destroy, he explains, but it also purifies and forges anew. This makes us think of the age-old concept of a trial by fire. With the Zen Master's guidance, V enters the fire meditation brain dance.
This is a meditation of the fire element. We are in the forest. We see rays of sunlight pierce the canopy, dancing and weaving into the tongues of flame below. Spirit of fire, spirit of the sun, I send you greetings. You give beauty to all other things. I am you, and you are me. There is no life without you. From you I was created, and to you I will return. Spirit of the sun, primordial fire, burn all impurity from my body and soul, and the negative energy of negative people, worlds, and dimensions. Cleanse every cell of my body. Give me the energy of life, health, youth, wisdom, knowledge, strength, joy, and happiness. Give me lasting inner peace, so that no one may shake me from my sacred equilibrium. Through half-closed eyes, we absorb the sun's divine energy. Through our eyes, the energy of fire, of the sun, touches our heads and flows down through every organ until it arrives at our toes. Each and every cell within our body, including the subtle and etheric, is replenished with the sun's energy. And from within us, light emerges. We are the sun. We thank you, Spirit of the Sun, element of fire with our mind, body, and soul.
Of course that would happen.
Just like the two previous times before, the Zen Master is nowhere to be found when V comes to. For the final lesson, the Zen Master leads V to the very edge of Night City. On the outskirts of Santo Domingo lies Rancho Coronado, where a massive concrete dam holds back the Badlands. The two meet at dawn close to the dam's wall. The Zen Master sits cross-legged on the ledge, overlooking a valley filled with glinting solar panels. Right below the Zen Master, there is a mysterious symbol. In this serene moment, he invites us to experience the element of air. There is a sense of finality and peace, the last step of a journey.
You know what's happening to me, don't you?
You are dying. You have two souls within you. One wants to fight, the other is afraid.
Which one's mine?
Both. Are you ready for the final meditation technique?
The last one?
Yes. It will cost however much you want.
Hope this'll do.
I will guide you through the meditation. This is a meditation of the air element. We are in the mountains, heading toward the peak. We squeeze between two boulders. On the first boulder sits an eagle. The spirit of the air passes through every fiber of this eagle. Spirit of the air, primordial wind, I send you greetings. We are of one blood, you and I. You are within me, and I am within you. Without you, life would not last even a few minutes. So vital are you to us. Oh, great spirit of the air, please, cleanse my body and soul. Relinquish pain, sickness, the negative energy from negative people, worlds, and dimensions. Give me the energy of life. Give me health, wisdom, knowledge, strength, joy, happiness, and lasting inner peace. I am an eagle. The wind cushions my wings, caresses my feathers, enters every fiber of my body, fills the spaces of every atom and molecule. The wind cleanses the body, the soul, and the subtle body. Circling upwards, we rise up high. We feel lightness, purity, joy. Our body is filled with happiness, peace, and harmony. We thank you, Spirit of the Air, with our mind, body, and soul.
When V opens their eyes, the Zen master is gone. In the spot where he sat remains only a folded set of robes, a data shard, and a delicate pendant shaped like a small altar. The Zen master has ascended and left this reality. The pendant, the very altar necklace the monk always wore, is now a memento for us to hang up in our apartment. A subtle reminder of the 4 incredible meditations we experienced together with the Zen master. Having covered both the number 4 mystery and the Zen master, it's now time for the solution. Full honesty, this might get a little esoteric, but I'm going to tie it all back to Cyberpunk at the end. So, how do we solve both mysteries at the same time? For the solution, we need to start with a man called Gurdjieff. As a reminder, one of the items left behind by the Zen master after the 4th meditation was a quote from one of Gurdjieff's works. Gurdjieff was a man who believed that knowledge had to be earned. You couldn't just absorb knowledge from the hard work of someone else. For example, you couldn't gain true knowledge and insight by being lazy. You had to do the work, you had to put in effort. Just like you have to lift heavy weights to gain physical strength, you also need to do the work for mental benefits. One of his most popular insights was the following. Gurdjieff taught that people are not conscious of themselves and thus live their lives in a state of hypnotic waking sleep, but that it is possible to awaken to a higher state of consciousness and serve our purpose as human beings. This is called the 4th way. Gurdjieff's students often refer to the 4th way as the work on oneself, or the system. Most people exist in what he called a semi-hypnotic waking sleep, dreaming we're awake but never truly conscious of ourselves. In the chaos of Night City, it's easy to see this. Everyone's chasing something. Eddies, fame, chrome, a new Mr. Stud 9519, or the next upgrade. Very rarely pausing to question why. V's journey in Cyberpunk 2077 can be seen as a struggle to wake up from this default state. At the start, V is just another merc trying to make a name for themselves, but the failed heist and the biochip calamity serve as a brutal alarm clock. After dying and coming back with Johnny in their head, V can no longer live mechanically. Every moment matters, every decision has weight. The fourth way addresses the question of humanity's place in the universe and the possibilities of inner development. It emphasizes that people ordinarily live in a state referred to as a semi-hypnotic waking sleep, while higher levels of consciousness, virtue, and unity of will are possible. V begins to question what's real, what they truly want, and whether there's more to life than their original dream of hitting the major leagues. Johnny's frequent demand, "Wake up, samurai," resonates like a metaphysical challenge. Wake up from the dream of being just another legend in the making and see the bigger picture. There could be more going on than what meets the eye. Interestingly, Night City itself seems to whisper about awakening. Through side jobs like Dream On, with the Perales brainwash conspiracy, or the FF06B5 mystery, the game repeatedly plays on the theme of reality versus illusion. Now, we begin digging into the more esoteric aspects of Gurdjieff's work, but I hope you stick with me as this explains more details about the solution. Okay, so how does one pursue enlightenment or self-understanding without withdrawing from the world? Gurdjieff's answer was the fourth way, a path distinct from the three traditional routes of spiritual seeking. Historically, the classic paths were hermetic and one-dimensional, each focusing on a different facet of human development. The fakir's path, mastery of the body through extreme physical discipline and willpower, fasting, enduring pain, bodybuilding, etc. The fakir hardens the body but often neglects intellect and heart, ending up with strength but little understanding to share. The monk's path, devotion of the heart through faith, prayer, and love for the divine. The monk develops deep feeling and surrender, but may lack knowledge or physical resilience and often must retreat from worldly life entirely. So no sex, no temptations, no BD entertainment. The dedication to faith must be pure. The yogi's path, pursuit of knowledge and mind through study and meditation, developing psychic powers or deep insight. Here you can imagine a theoretical physicist or an academic who has been riding the gravy train of university paychecks for decades that they just seek new knowledge for the sake of knowledge, sometimes without any consideration of how this affects real-life humans. The yogi trains the intellect and sometimes subtle energies, but can become aloof, missing the tempering of love or practical will, and typically lives removed from society. All three ways demand one to renounce normal life, living in a monastery, ashram, the basement of physics faculty building, or wilderness apart from family and community. Gurdjieff observed that each cultivates one aspect of the self at the expense of others, leading to imbalance. Now we turn to the fourth way, sometimes called the way of the sly one or the way of the householder. It is the path of integrating all aspects while living amidst ordinary life. In Gurdjieff's fourth way, the obligations of life are the path to internal transformation. One does not abandon job, family, suffering, chrome, BD entertainment, or city life. Instead, daily life becomes the school. Imagine trying to achieve enlightenment not on a mountaintop, but in the streets of Night City. That's essentially the fourth way. When chaos reigns around you, it's easy to give in to the chaotic events, but it's also possible to still your mind and truly observe what is happening in order to gain knowledge and insight. Gurdjieff said it requires being a good householder, meaning someone grounded enough to hold a job, keep commitments, and engage with society. Such a person uses the challenges of work, relationships, and hardship as fuel for growth. This way is about balance, mind, heart, and body developed in harmony, without retreating from the world, without hiding from the problems that face you day to day. V unwittingly walks this path, at least after the events of Konpeki Plaza. V's life, messy, dangerous, and fast, becomes exactly that school. Every street encounter and moral choice is an opportunity to observe themselves, to not react mechanically, but consciously. This is why the fourth way is sometimes simply called the work. The work on oneself that happens within ordinary life. If you're a true big brain, you may have already noticed similarities with Nietzsche's work on how to become an Übermensch. A core practice in fourth way teachings is something Gurdjieff called self-remembering. In simple terms, this means waking up in real time, continuously reminding yourself, I am here, I am now, observing your thoughts and actions as if from a step back. It's maintaining an awareness of oneself in the present moment. A bit like mindfulness, but with the specific aim of shaking off that automatic pilot mode. Self-remembering is hard. Try not drifting on your phone, getting lost in some pre-MBD or daydreams for even 5 minutes. Gurdjieff insisted that this effort to know the machine by observing it is how one begins to stop being a machine. You catch yourself drifting and bring your attention back over and over. Over time, this practice sparks moments of real wakefulness, what Gurdjieff's students simply called consciousness. Interestingly, Cyberpunk 2077 hides a lesson in this via the mysterious Zen Master side quests. These moments stand out. In a game full of gunfire and adrenaline, suddenly V is asked to sit, breathe, and listen. Each meditation brain dance is themed on a classical element: earth, water, fire, air, and the Zen Master's dialogue is poetic and calming. This is V essentially practicing the work, taking a pause from mercenary life to turn inward. During these meditations, V is self-remembering, focusing on internal experience, breath, body, nature imagery, instead of the usual hustle. It's telling that Johnny cannot even see the Zen Master during these sessions. Since we're already diving deep, let's also take a look at Gurdjieff's laws. A brief reminder here, we need to keep in mind that Gurdjieff was a master at pattern recognition. He wasn't a true genius in the classical sense of the word, not like Newton, Einstein, or Nietzsche. But still, it's interesting to look at his findings as some of them do make a lot of sense. Let's begin with the law of three. Gurdjieff described this as the idea that every phenomenon is driven by three forces: an active force, a passive or resisting force, and a neutralizing or reconciling force that resolves their interaction. Think of it as thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, or, in simpler terms, something affirming, something denying, and something that reconciles the two into a result. This triadic pattern is everywhere if you look, including within V. One could say V's situation itself is a law of three in motion. V's will to survive is the active force, the impending death/relic takeover is the opposing force, and the choices V makes, or help from allies, serve as the reconciling force determining the outcome. We even see a literal triad in V's psyche: V as one personality, Johnny as a contrary personality, and the need for them to find common ground. If V and Johnny remain at extreme odds, V's story can end in destruction. But when a third force enters, say, understanding or sacrifice, a new path opens, e.g. Johnny and V striking a deal, or Johnny relinquishing control in the end. In a broader sense, many quests present a triadic structure of decision, e.g. mercy versus revenge, with a middle path often yielding the most balanced outcome. Even the Zen Master's location for the first meditation cheekily nods to this concept, the need to reconcile opposites within oneself. The law of seven, also known as the law of octaves. This law states that nothing in the universe progresses in a straight line. Everything moves in oscillations or steps like a musical scale with 7 notes. It's otherwise known as musical solfege system. In practical terms, any process, a project, a life, an ambition to be a Night City legend will have twists, setbacks, and changes in direction. Gurdjieff used the music octave as analogy. To go from one note to the next octave, you must navigate intervals where energy tends to deviate. How does this appear in Cyberpunk? Well, consider V's rise. It doesn't go 0 to 100 smoothly. It's more like a song with dramatic pauses and shifts. V starts small, gains some street cred, then bam, the heist disaster knocks the tune off key, an interval in the octave where momentum falters. V recovers, adapts, climbs again, forging alliances, taking down enemies, then another twist comes, Johnny's influence, the voodoo boys trying to cook your brain, the way they cook their illegal chickens, Arasaka counter moves, and more. This up and down flow feels natural in a story, but Gurdjieff would say it's lawful. According to the law of seven, the lesson here is that no journey is a straight upward line. To reach a goal, say finding a cure for V's condition or carving out freedom, one must apply extra effort/insight at critical moments to keep from veering off course, much like hitting the right note to continue the melody. These cosmic concepts even weave into the game's most cryptic Easter egg, the code FF06B5. By the end, whether V heads off with the Aldecaldos, becomes an afterlife legend for a brief shining moment, or even ventures into the digital unknown with Alt, one truth stands. What V has learned about themselves is what really matters. The Tarot side quest, courtesy of Misty, reinforces this too. V's life is paralleled to the Fool's journey through the Arcana, which is all about the soul's evolution, not worldly gains. In Gurdjieff's terms, V has been walking the path, not a pre-charted road to fame, but a personal path of trials that, if approached consciously, leads to self-knowledge. It's quite poetic that one of the game's possible endings is literally called Path of Glory, while another could be seen as a path of humility, yet neither guarantees inner fulfillment. As a small-time merc when we were doing gigs with Jackie, earning eddies, better guns, a better apartment, etc., like that was the goal back then. More of everything, as much as possible. That seemed like the pinnacle of success. But by the time we have to make a choice about which ending we want, all of this hunger for material things goes away. Now, it doesn't matter if V has 3 million eddies in their bank account or 3 eddies. It doesn't matter if V has collected all available weapons or not. The only thing that seems to matter is the journey we have been on. Up until this crucial point, this decision. Tying this back to the title of this video, we can lay things out simply and plainly for all. The reason why we keep seeing the number 4 everywhere, the reason why CDPR chose to place it in front of the player in crucial cutscenes and on the walls of mysterious buildings is a reminder. A reminder that V is currently following the 4th way. V is doing the work. By walking all the way to the gates of Dogtown based on a promise from a netrunner you've never met, V is doing the work. By listening to Takamura about how many times we should knock, V is doing the work. Because by not doing the work, V can literally end up dead, as Takamura will assume it's an enemy at the door. That is why we keep seeing the number. By helping out a friend who has decided to put together a shooting competition in an attempt to save his gun store, V is following the 4th way. That is why we see this number again. If we truly were present during the shooting drill with Wilson, we would learn that he's struggling financially. And this might encourage the player, in other words, us, to use Wilson's shop for gun purchases. The same thing applies to the Beast in Me quest. As to the identity of the Zen Master, we will most likely never know, and that's okay. According to Mike Pondsmith's recent interviews, we can safely exclude Morgan Blackhand and perhaps even Rach Bartmoss as being the Zen Master. The identity of the Zen Master is not the most important thing. It's all about the teachings and gifts he gives us. To allow us to truly enjoy the journey we've decided to embark upon in Cyberpunk 2077. Every merc in Night City wants to burn bright, live fast and leave a legend. But perhaps the real secret is to live awake, to leave the dream behind. In Awakening, even if only for a moment, V finds something more precious than eddies or fame. They find reality. That is the hidden gem in the dark future of Cyberpunk, and at least for me, that is the solution to the number 4 mystery. This has been a unique one, so thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate you, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.